Hey, we've got Jason Carter in our newsroom. He's sitting down and interviewing Becky, G. Jason, how's it going in there?
It's going great. I am in the ET Live newsroom with Latina powerhouse, actress, singer, Becky G. Welcome to ET Live.
Thank you so much for having me.
Oh my gosh, you're welcome first. Secondly, the Grammys last night were everything, were they not?
They were. I'm not even gonna lie. I enjoyed from my couch every moment of it. For the first time in a long time, from start to finish, I was just like really captivated.
Yeah, in it. Alicia Keys hosting.
Yeah.
Camila Cabello opening the show, making history as the first.
Can we?
Yeah, go have a moment. Yes, we can. We can talk about this.
I was like jaw on the ground.
Yeah.
I get so proud to see like fellow Latinas just doing their thing, and the way the production of this opening act was just so awesome, bringing so many people together, right? You had Ricky on stage, you had Balvin on stage, and all these dancers and the props and everything. And I think especially now with like, you know how they did Rent Live?
Sure.
And all these musicals being remade, and now they're taking them to film, and like they totally brought that to the Grammys, I feel, and it was just like so unique. Like I had never seen that before, and she made history, by the way.
You've never seen it before because it was history making.
Right.
You brought up your boy J Balvin,
Yeah.
loving his guest collection. How do we feel about it?
I love it.
Colorful.
It's colorful. It's fun. It's vibras. It's exactly what he represents, and I think it's really cool as an artist to be able to collaborate with brands that they themselves have very established looks.
Right.
And I think it was really awesome for guests to allow him to kind of bring his vibras, right, to the collection. It was a great collaboration.
Becky, let's talk about women in music, yes, because you yourself are a woman in music.
That's right.
Last year at the 2018 Grammys, they said that women were shut out. This year, of course, women dominated. You know, we'll get to Cardi B making history, had Brandy Carlisle, her, just so many great moments last night. Do you think this is indicative and a showing for what's going to happen with women in music going forward? Or could it be possibly a Band-Aid? Because normally when you shine a light on issues, people say, okay, we'll pay attention to it for a while and then kind of go back to our bad behavior.
Goes back on the back burner.
What do you think it's going to be going forward?
I don't know. I would hope that this is going to be something that they stick to. I think it's something that's very necessary. I think it says a lot that, like I said, it's the first time in a long time that I watched from start to finish, and I feel so emotionally invested in the show. And I think because I saw a lot of amazing women, not just performing, but also, you know, taking home these awards. And, you know, the reasons why last year, I mean, I'm not on the board. I don't, you know, call the shots when it comes to those things. But did I feel the same way that a lot of the viewers and the fans and as an artist seeing that? For sure. And I would hope that they do, that they stick to it, and that it's not just a Band-Aid, because I do think that we are very capable and very deserving of the acknowledgement, for sure.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Last night was such a feeling of girl power. I mean, again, Alicia Keys opening, 29 Grammy nominations, 15 Grammy wins. Yeah, J-Lo handling Motown. That moment in the beginning with Michelle Obama, Lady Gaga.
I know. That was a lovely little surprise, Michelle coming in. I did not expect that. I loved that.
Let's talk about Cardi, though. Because we're talking about making history for the first time in 61 years of the Grammy, a female taking home Best Rap Album.
So as a solo artist. It's incredible. I mean, me growing up, like, listening to all kinds of music and hip-hop and rap being one of those, and growing up as a rapper, that's how I got signed as an MC. You know, at 14 years old, making covers on YouTube, and the first thing that I would always hear is like, girls can't rap. Why do girls rap? Like, girls shouldn't rap. And seeing Cardi prosper and overcome so many personal things, and reach such a, you know, level of success and very well deserving of it, I think is something that is just so admirable. And like, even if you don't know her, you're proud.
Yeah.
And I think that's how a lot of people felt last night. I know I felt that way.
So, I mean, since you are such a Cardi fan, though, Becky, can we get your favorite Cardi rap, maybe a little acapella?
Oh, my God.
You were MC, you got to spit some bars.
I mean, yo, when she came in, like, I don't dance now, I make money moves, yo. Like, that first record, for her to come out, I mean, I know she, like, was trying to do the music thing before that, but, like, for that to be, like, her first single that really took off, like, you still hear that anywhere you go.
Right.
I go shopping, I'll be, like, you know, hitting the shops, and I hear it, and I'm just trying on clothes while I'm dancing, because it's just, like, it's such a standout record, and I think that set the tone for the rest of her career. It was like, boom, here I am, and I'm not going anywhere.
And she's also the only one who could twerk on a piano and make it look effortless,
Sexy
too.
as hell.
Sexy as hell.
Yes.
Even my mom called me, she was like, Jay, did Cardi just... I was like,
She
yes,
just
mother.
really
Yes,
at the
yeah,
Grammys?
At the Grammys.
Yes. Shout out to Tanisha Scott, her choreographer, though. She killed it, too.
Yes, Tanisha is
that
gold.
Collaboration together is just awesome.
I want to get back to your music.
Okay.
Sin Pijama. Sin Pijama. I have to
Sin
make
pajamas, sin pajamas.
No. Our producer Grecia was like, Jay, you better not mess this up, boo.
It's all good. It's all good.
You yourself had made history with Natty Natasha being the first woman on a Billboard to have a #1 spot in Latin airplay and share the credit. I mean, what does that feel like?
It means everything to me, because it's everything that I stand for and everything that I believe in, and it's everything that the industry told us not to do and has told women not to do. It's always encouraged to, you know, be put against each other rather than come together. And when Sin Pijama was written, I was the only person on the song. It was a demo, it was bare bones. And when I wanted to bring another female onto the song, females actually, because I had the intention of getting all my girls on it, but that didn't happen for many other reasons. But the labels and other people that really tried to get in my ear were just like, but if you think it's such a great song, then why would you want to share the light? And I'm like, because why wouldn't I? Exactly, why wouldn't I want to share the light? When it comes down to making a moment in music, and I think that was a total moment, especially in like Latin reggaeton music.
Right.
Like, it's a full reggaeton song, and there's not one male presence on it. And it's not that we didn't want it, but it just didn't need it. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like, we were able to carry the song on our own, and I think that, for us, was something that meant so much to us, and just really showing the sisterhood between us two and the alliance and what we're capable of doing when we do come together. I think like I said, it's everything that I believe in and everything that I stand for, and I hope to have more collaborations like that moving forward.
We do too. I want to talk about LBD. You just dropped the lyric video. We've watched it like at least 100 times in the last 5 days. But let's talk about the video, because, I mean, we need that in our life.
Yes, and I actually officially can say that it'll be out this Wednesday, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, for my fans to be able to enjoy. And it's just, I mean, really, I'm not trying even to like put any pressure on it, just because it's just like a little taste of what's to come with my English project and what I've been working on in the studio. I kind of created something so meaningful to me and massive in the Latin space. And formula-wise, when you think of like your identity as an artist and learning the power of your voice and taking the initiative and agency to say, this is me and this is what I want to talk about, I kind of took that formula from my Spanish music and was like, okay, now it's time to like bring it back to my English music. And the general market, speaking of, we're using technical terms, right?
Yeah.
In the English market, the last real impression that I made on people was like singing in the shower and Break a Sweat and these pop songs that I was like really young, first off, and they weren't really like on brand with like who I really am and what I want to talk about and where I come from. And now I have been given the opportunity to really show who I am with my music, and Little Black Dress is, you know, kind of me finding my womanhood, my sexiness, and owning it, and saying, you know, this is me. And so, yeah, the music video is really simple. I didn't want it to be anything extravagant. It's just me vibing all by myself, and
So
it's
good.
really cool.
So you heard it here first, exclusively on ET Live, February 28th. Little Black Dress.
No.
Oh.
This Wednesday.
Oh, this Wednesday.
This Wednesday.
Hey, the Grammys was this weekend, Becky.
It's all good.
I'm crazy,
Don't
girl.
worry about it.
We are here with my ultimate girl crush, Becky G. Jason got his turn. Now I have my turn with you.
Let's go.
Okay, so you all talked about Grammys already, but I kind of want to talk a little bit more of a serious note when it comes to Grammys.
Okay.
Let's talk initiatives. Okay, so we know that the Recording Academy has a new initiative that is fronting producers and engineers as far as women and inclusion.
Right.
How did you feel about this initiative when you first heard about it, and what made you say, I have to sign on and be an artist that is pledging?
Involved. Yeah.
Involved, yeah.
Well, I mean, I just think from a personal experience, I can't really remember many times going into the studio and seeing other females, like, period.
Right.
Besides on the songwriting side, when I think of producers or I think of engineers or even walking onto a film set, from behind the camera perspective, there's not a lot of women. And you question, you're like, is it because they don't want to? Well, I know that's not the deal, because I know a lot of talented women myself. Is it because they're not giving the opportunities to women? Maybe. And so to know that there is now this movement and artists coming together to shine a light upon the people behind the scenes, right? Behind the music and behind the cameras and all stuff like that. But obviously specifically with the music, with the Grammys, it's just amazing. Like it's something very close to my heart and very personal for sure.
You brought up a really good point, and that's why I wanted to talk about this, is to show our audience how important this initiative is for female producers and engineers, but to also shed light on the stars behind the scenes.
Right.
You know, these hits aren't just bangers for no reason. You know, there's a lot of people that put in this work behind the scenes.
Exactly. It takes a village. It totally does. And don't get me wrong, like, there's a lot of amazing artists who are extremely involved and love writing their own music, and that's a talent in its own self. But I think just from my personal experience, like, I'm a collaborator. I love going into the studio and being able to bounce ideas off of all kinds of writers and all kinds of producers. And if there ends up being 20 people on the song to make the best song, like, that to me is awesome. You know, that's a moment in time where all these people came together to create this one moment. And like I said, personally, like, going into the studio, like, or even just like mixing songs, right? Like, you think of mixers and people behind the soundboards. Like, I can't remember, like, I feel like only like in one hand I can say maybe I've met 5 women, that do that. And it's really sad.
Yeah, it is.
It's really sad to me, because I don't think that there's a lack of talent. I think there's a lot of talent out there, and I think there's a lot of women that are so willing to apply themselves to learn and do the work. But I just think it has to do with a lot of things. I think women get treated very differently in a workspace like that, in studios and stuff, and it can be really intimidating sometimes when there's only guys around you. And then on top of it, I think we're just underestimated when it comes to our capabilities, and I'm excited that this is happening, because we're shining a light upon it, and we're saying, hey, we got to do something about this.
Yeah. I mean, because there's hard data to back this up. A study was done by USC's Dr. Stacy Smith, and according to the study, only 2% of producers and 3% of engineers are female. You kind of hit it on the head why this is the case in 2019, because I think there's just a lack of opportunity, but also the fact that women are capable of doing this.
Yeah, I think it's just from a general perspective, it's almost like a lack of respect.
Exactly.
I think it's a total lack of respect, because like I said, it's not that there's, no talent. It's not that we're not willing to do the work. But I think it's just a matter of just, one is acknowledging that there's a problem. But another thing is acting on it. And I think action definitely needs to take place. And I think this is a good start, but we have a long ways ahead of us, for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Actually, the leader of the initiative, Tina Chin, she made a really good point. She said that when a female engineer is in the studio, it automatically makes it a safe space. And you kind of hinted on that it's a weird place for women to be in the studio. What are the other benefits, do you think, having a female producer or engineer in the studio? What are some other benefits other than it automatically being a safe space?
Well, I mean, I don't know if there are any things, meaning like if it really makes the difference, because I see us as equals to everybody else in the room. If you get what I'm saying, I think that just from talking from like being a girl's girl, I do think it changes the energy in the room. I do think that you feel like this like secret alliance with, the other females in the room. I mean, talking from a songwriting standpoint, I've written with a lot of amazing female songwriters, and sometimes we are like the only ones in the whole writing camp of all guys, and we can only speak to our perspective. And I feel like if I had a female engineer in the room or a female producer, I could just come and be like, but wouldn't you feel that way too? And they'd probably agree with me, or they can give me a different perspective, but it's just a different sense of feeling and delivery. I think we're very we're like empaths. We're very like neutral. I think we balance a lot of energies in the room too. I think women are just powerful, period. But
Agree.
I wouldn't say like there's one specific thing. Like I think the biggest thing is just like in the music industry, we deserve to be equals to a lot of the people rather than, you know, just creating a world of all girls. It's like, no, we can coexist. And
Right.
we can be powerful and acknowledge, you know, when our ideas are just as strong and our capabilities and our talents are just as amazing, you know?
Yeah, I tell you, you said it perfectly. You hit everything right on the head. And I think we just need to get out of the age where we're like, a female does that? Really? A woman does that? It shouldn't be a
Yeah.
surprise anymore.
It shouldn't.
Yeah, we are
Right.
just as capable of that. And I think women make change happen, and we see that happening right now.
Yeah.
And I'm just glad you're a part of it. And
Thank
I'm
you.
glad we got to talk about
I'm
it.
really happy to be a part of it.
Yeah,
more
well, you're
than
doing
anything.
something great.
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you so much, Becky G, for joining us today and all of you. You look fabulous, girl.
Thank
You all have to
you.
see this fit. Did you take a picture yet for Instagram?
Not
Super
yet.
cute. You need
I've been
to.
running around all day.